How's it going, everybody? It's Chris from Oddly Specific Films. Today we're doing a review of MegaFit meals in 2025. We're going to talk about taste, fitness, like macros, cost, and just if I think they're worth it or not. So we're going to start off. I'm going to do a little unboxing video of some of the meals that I ordered. Then do a little review of the taste on a few of them. Probably not going to talk about all of them, but just the ones that I think are my favorites. Some of the ones that were a little bit disappointing, and then we'll talk about the macros and the value. That's one way to get them out. We got cheeseburger bowl, Bison Sliders. These are really good. I've had them before. Barbecue chicken and fries. That's a new one. Steak and potatoes. Salmon and sweets, chicken and rice, chicken sandwich, that's also new, chicken tenders, honey mustard chicken, Coco steak and rice, Chipotle honey salmon bowl, and last up is filet and potatoes. I'm about to try my first bite of the Coco steak. Let's see how it is. It's pretty good. I like the sauce on it. Good flavor. Nothing really super exciting though. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Next up, we're trying the Chipotle honey salmon bowl. Check out those macros. That's actually a lot of calories in this one. Let's see. What's the reason why? A lot of fat in this. Yeah, I'm surprised that has a lot more calories than most of the MegaFits. But still pretty decent. Let's see how it is. Here it is while it's frozen. Here's a little view of the salmon bowl after heating it up. It looks pretty good. It smells pretty good. I'm a little bit biased because I love salmon, but let's see how it tastes. So the taste is good, but honestly, I can't give it a 5, even though I absolutely love salmon. There's nothing really special about it. It's kind of bland. As far as macros go too, I'm surprised there's so many calories in it compared to the other meals. I'm not really sure where the fat is, I guess in the sauce or the glaze. But it's still good, so I'd give it 4 out of 5 on the taste, and then probably a 3 out of 5 on the macros for it. Alright, so next up we're trying one of my favorites. I've had this one before, the Bison Sliders. Check out those macros. Here's a little tip for you when you're making the Bison Sliders, where actually it would probably work for any of the ones that have a sandwich, is do the bun separate. Otherwise it'll be way too hot, and it'll probably get soggy. Which is why you put it on the paper towel. It makes it come out nice and evenly heated, and it doesn't get soggy. So here's the finished product of the Bison Sliders. Like I said, I've had these already, so I know they're really good. They're actually one of my favorites. And also the ketchup, the MegaFit ketchup is really good. It's a little bit spicy, and it works really well for the burgers. Better than Heinz for sure. Here's a little view inside the Bison Slider. Pretty easy to make, and like I was saying, they come out a lot better if you do the buns separate. Overall, I'd have to give them a 5 out of 5, and these are probably one of my favorite.
Hey everyone, Mrs. POV here, and I am eating dinner. I'm eating my MegaFit meal. I have the chicken fingers and fries, and then they give you a side of honey mustard. I like the MegaFit meals personally because they're really easy just to bring with me for work as like a lunch, or just to have for dinner when you don't really have any groceries, and they are a healthier alternative as opposed to eating out. So this is what I'm having for dinner, and I really enjoy the MegaFit meals.
Alright, so as you guys saw, there's a lot of really good meals here. The macros are great on a lot of them. There were a couple where maybe there's a little bit, more calories, like a little bit higher fat content than you would think would be ideal. But still, I mean, you're talking like 600 calories, maybe like 40 or 50 grams of protein for most of them. So it's still pretty good in my opinion. Taste, really good for a lot of them. But the value, I feel like the value is really where MegaFit falls pretty short. I think they're overpriced. And honestly, even if you have a discount code, they always run 20-30% discount codes. I still think they're a little bit overpriced. Yes, the quality of the ingredients are excellent. Everything tastes great for the most part. I mean, I had a hard time finding anything under 4 out of 5 in my opinion. But the value is just not there. And I'll go through some of the pricing. I'll throw the menu up right here as I'm talking to you. So as you can see, most of the stuff is, $12 to $16, $17. Right here, the Coco steak and rice, that was pretty decent. $17, that's a little bit much. The Savage Bowl, I've had that before, that's really good. Alright, so coming to the Bison Sliders, $16.95 for that. That's a bit steep for what's really just 2 burger patties, and they're mini ones at that. Macros on them are solid, but $17 for that is just not worth it. Let's see, looking at this, the Chipotle Honey Salmon Bowl. This was the one that I thought the macros were a bit off on. 620 calories, not even 40 grams of protein on it, and it's still $17. It's just a bit much, and salmon's expensive, but still, it's a little bit too much. The filet and rice, that I've had before. I didn't order it in this batch, but it is pretty good. And I mean, at least there you're getting a cut of filet mignon. Might be worth it. Alright, I got another one that's really good, the Flexilus Signature. If you couldn't tell, I'm a big fan of salmon, and this one is really good. $17 for that. For salmon, maybe it's worth it, but it's still kind of pricey. Alright, so just to go over the pricing thing, I'm going to build a meal pack here with 12 meals, and let's see what it costs. We'll do 2 of each thing that we think looks good. Bison Sliders, gotta have that on there. Filet and potatoes, why not? Let's throw a cheap one in there just so we can't say you're picking the most expensive things. So we're about halfway. Go to, that's a solid one. Alright, so there you have it. Just 12 meals, not even including shipping, and before tax, $193 for 12 meals. I get the premium ingredients. I get, you're getting it delivered. I just don't think it's worth it. And I think that's really the biggest thing holding back MegaFit meals, in my opinion. I think the value is just not there. Yeah, I mean, even with a 20 or 30% discount, let's give it 30%, you're talking $140 before tax, before shipping for 12 meals. That's not so terrible. You go out to eat Chipotle is like $12 or $13 at least, unless you're making your own food, which I'll get to that in a second. But compared to other meal prep companies, do you guys think this is a good deal or not? Like, let's take a look. I checked out Factor, but the problem with them is they don't tell you what you're actually getting until you buy it. So, as far as competitors go, maybe also check like local places. I live near Hummus Fit, so I know they have stuff for $11 or $12, and I've heard good things about them. So maybe I'll do a review of them next. But at least for MegaFit, really just the value. Like I said, the taste is excellent. The macros are decent. The quality of the food, you can definitely tell it's fresh and good, high quality food. But it's really just the price. Overpriced and not worth it in my opinion overall. Alright, so I mentioned talking about, making your own meals or meal prep. The reality is most people are too lazy to do it, myself included. Otherwise, I wouldn't be buying MegaFit meals. But every once in a while, I actually am not super lazy and I'll make my own food. You've seen on the channel, I love making chili. And that actually has pretty comparable macros to a MegaFit meal. You know, maybe the one where it's a little bit higher fat content. So I'll throw up on the screen my macros for a bowl of Get Big Chili's, what I call it. Total cost to make about 6 bowls on that is $15 to $20, and probably about 1 hour of prep time, and then, you know, 4 or 5 hours of letting the pot simmer. So that comes out to 560 calories a bowl, 40 grams of protein. Like I said, those are rough estimates. You know, I'm not sitting there weighing everything out, but I did one time, and that's as close as I could get, just so that I had an idea. But you're talking, you know, 6 meals, you can double it. That's what, $35, $40 for 12 meals. You know, yes, it's chili, so you're probably going to get tired of that eventually, but still, you're talking less than a quarter of the price after tax and shipping and everything. So if you're not super lazy, make it yourself. You'll save a ton of money, and you know, you could probably come up with your own variety right there. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. I hope that was a helpful video talking about some of the MegaFit meals for 2025, and also some of the ones that they had last year. It looks like they are getting rid of some of the classic ones that I enjoyed over the last few months, so that's kind of a bummer. But anyway, I hope you found it helpful. If you got any questions about specific meals, make sure to leave it below, and I'll do my best to answer it. And if you got any feedback or meal prep companies to try, make sure to leave them below, and maybe I'll try them in the next review. Alright, thanks for watching.